Bitcoin going to zero. Is Bitcoin going to go to zero? What do you think? Leave a comment down below. I've got some very strong opinions about this, and I'm going to share them with you. But first, let's look at some so-called, financial pundits, if you will. One is the PayPal CEO, one is the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. I came across these videos. We're just going to watch a snippet of each one, but here's the first one.
Back in April, the former CEO of PayPal came out swinging against the crypto universe, calling Bitcoin, quote unquote, the greatest scam in history, adding that it's a pump and dump scheme like anything the world has ever seen. You might remember he appeared on our show to discuss that. Now he's back with an even bolder call, saying Bitcoin is headed straight to zero. Let's bring in Bill Harris, the former PayPal CEO. Bill, welcome. Good to see you in person.
Thanks.
No, this is nonsense. First of all, PayPal clearly, when I hear people say things like, they want to see acceptance from companies like PayPal when it comes to crypto and cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and whatnot. But these people are so much a part of the machine out there that that's never going to happen. And if you, interestingly enough, if you watch this video, I will say he comes back and she basically says that he was taken out of context. He never said it was going to go to zero, but he basically did say it was a great pump and dump scheme and it was a scam, the whole 9 yards. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing what people are saying. This is a pretty interesting video. You can Google it and kind of find it here. YouTube it and find it here on CNBC television. Let's go over and look at this one. This one is even worse. And the only reason this is a problem is because people, they hear this stuff, especially when there's a down market or there's a down day even, and they're like, oh no, Bitcoin's going to zero, or Bitcoin is going to go to zero. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm going to come back in just a moment, but let's just watch this.
Disconnect right now between reality and fantasy when it comes to Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain technology.
There's a disconnect right now. What fantasy is this moron living in? And by the way, let me just say this. Let me give this caveat. The book, Wolf of Wall Street, is a great book. You should go to Amazon and buy it right now. There's 2 of them. Don't buy the second one. The second one is stupid. It's all about, it's just really stupid and it's slow, and I made myself read the second book. First book is really good. The movie sucks. The movie's horrible. The book's really, really good. The movie sucks in my opinion. I'm certain some of you may love the movie. But if you love the movie, the book's even better. Everything in the movie is in the book, plus a lot of the business side of what he was doing with Stratton Oakmont is in the book. Also, just another full disclosure, one of my favorite movies of all times, if you've never seen it, is the movie Boiler Room. Boiler Room is an older movie now. You should go watch it, but it was loosely based off his Stratton Oakmont brokerage. If you don't know who the Wolf of Wall Street is, just go Google it.
So I'm a fan of blockchain technology. I think there are major applications within the financial sector and outside the financial sector. And I think that as it evolves and becomes even more efficient than it appears to be right now, that will really take hold. That has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies, though. This current crop of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and its babies, there's Ethereum.
If you love blockchain technology and you can't see the use case for a decentralized currency, you just simply don't understand why decentralized currencies are even important. What are you missing about the massive financial sector? Like, it's mind-blowing what some of these people are missing. I'm telling you right now, you can just watch this guy. And if you're new to the cryptoverse, the crypto space, and you come across this video, I'm just going to tell you that when you listen to interviews like this guy, it's clear that he's just repeating things that he's heard, and he has no clue about what he's saying. Like, he's not grounded in any beliefs. He's just read a few articles here and there, and now he's talking about like an expert. And if you don't know any better, he may sound a little expert-ish. But once you get past the first level of understanding what cryptocurrency is, blockchain technology, you realize, gosh, he's actually clueless. But let's keep going.
Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash and this one and that one, Litecoin,
it's like
Schmitecoin, Wolfcoin. I should make Wolfcoin, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I think they all have zero value, and I think they're going to zero. And I think that it's the most. I think it's.
They have zero value, and they're going to zero. So there's no value. Oh my! I could just get out. Let me finish up his garbage, and I'll come back.
Massive fraud involved in it, and I think as we're seeing now, it's coming out. This, with this, Tether, which is essentially like the industry, like it's their dollar. So you're supposed to, you use Tether to, like, when you park your money, it's in Tether. Well, they are finding out now that there's probably not. Listen, I would say I know there's not, but you can't.
Listen to this for a moment. Please listen to this. Listen to how he's going to explain Tether. This is so awesome. If you've seen my video on fractional reserve banking, this is so awesome to hear him talk about Tether, because he talks about it like it's a scam, but he doesn't even understand the very scam which he's about to call Tether is exactly what our banking system is found on, and it is exactly why a blockchain cryptocurrency is necessary. This is so incredible. Okay, let's listen.
Until they come out with the numbers, but I strongly suspect that there's a massive fraud that was instigated there. And it's not just a matter of saying,
okay, I gotta back this up. I want you to hear this whole thing, and then I want you to go look at my video on fractional reserve banking.
There's probably not, listen, I would say, I know there's not, but they're dollars. So you're supposed to, like, you use Tether to, like, when you park your money, it's in Tether. Well, they are finding out now that there's probably not, listen, I would say, I know there's not, but you can't, until they come out with the numbers, but I strongly suspect that there's a massive fraud that was instigated there. And it's not just a matter of saying, okay, well, if there's not as much Tether, we have to subtract out $3,000 from Bitcoin. It's not that. It's much worse than that, because what you'll see is that they used Tether to artificially support the market of Bitcoin, thereby dragging in more suckers into the game. It's maintaining the illusion of prosperity, not allowing something to go down that should be going down. And by keeping it up, they bring more people into the game, and that's why they were using Tether. So when Bitcoin should have been crashing, that had going to 16,000. So when that comes out, I believe the regulators.
That is, oh my goodness. Oh, wait, he's calling about regulators.
Is going to move incredibly swiftly to, and you see it happening right now. This, the first step is that there's been a sort of an industry-wide coordination of all the banks around the world to de-link their system from Bitcoin. Right. That's
okay. There's some truth to that, and there's reasons for that. But this is amazing. What he's calling a scam. So what he's saying is, hey, Tether, and he could be right about that. Basically, Tether is selling their token. Tether is the fundamental reason why cryptocurrency should not be linked to fiat the way that Tether is. And I don't have time to explain the Tether nonsense to you, but Tether is supposed to be what's called a stable coin. So if you sell Bitcoin to buy Ethereum, you would sell it to Tether, which is supposed to be a one-to-one equivalent to US dollar. But every Tether token is supposed to be backed by $1 US. But there is some concern that they're doing fractional reserve banking basically on Tether, and they don't actually have $1 for every Tether token. There's a concern of this, and they're saying that's been used to artificially hold up the price of Bitcoin, basically. That's exactly what our own government does already, by the way, with fractional reserve banking. Take a look at the card in the top right-hand corner. And it's exactly why in one of my very last video, in fact, in my last video, I believe that I quoted a news story that was on the mainstream news website, Drudge Report. And in that news story, they were talking about, if you understand the fractional reserve banking video, if you go watch that, then you go watch my last video that I did, and I'll put a card to that as well in this video. But if you go look at that video, they're talking about in that video I talk about the real use cases for blockchain and cryptocurrency. The single best use case for average everyday people is to protect your money, to prevent the devaluing of your money. And I'll put that card above in the top right hand corner as well. So you can go ahead and click on that now and go watch it. However, let me just say this. It doesn't even matter if there are plenty of people who say, hey, I don't see America or Europe at great risk of this, and some people believe that we are going to be at risk. It's just a matter of time, and I'm one of those people. Like, I can look at it and realize that it is a literal Ponzi scheme that at some point can't support itself, and so I do believe that at some point it's going to crash. However, even if you don't believe that, you cannot argue that places like Venezuela, when you say Bitcoin is going to zero, when you say cryptocurrency is going to zero, you are a moron. You cannot possibly deny that there is a use case in other countries today, places like Venezuela. I mean, where they're rushing to cryptocurrency in hordes because the government has devalued their currency so much. And all of these places that they're starting to use cryptocurrency more and more and more. And I mean, my goodness, it can't go to zero because there's already places in the world that need a third-party decentralized currency. And ultimately, this thing's leading to mass adoption. Let me tell you this right now. If you are fortunate enough to be a crypto investor because you believe in the future of this. And that's your personal prerogative. Don't take financial advice from me. If you've done your own research and you've come to your own conclusion to buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, or anything else, then I want you to recognize that you are on cutting edge. You are such a pioneer in this space. And especially if you're not easily swayed by nonsensical, is that even a word? Stuff like, Jordan Belfort. Of all things, this guy is not an expert on cryptocurrency at all. He's about as much of an expert on cryptocurrency as Tai Lopez is. I mean, Tai Lopez made his money on advertising on YouTube. Way to go. That's what he's an expert at. The guy hopped on cryptocurrency because it was a trending topic. Jordan Belfort doesn't know anything about this. He's asked about it because the street's talking about it, because it's the show The Street's talking about it, because it's a trending topic. And you can watch this full interview if you'd like. But listen, I'm going to tell you right now, these people don't know anything about cryptocurrency. So if you are in this space and you understand it, oh my goodness, the future, in my opinion, for this is so remarkable. Like, yes, there's potential problems. Yes, there's things that need to get resolved. In fact, let's go back and look at this video. What this guy says over here is incredible, and I agree with him wholeheartedly.
I'm delighted that you like buying into weakness, because I think you'll have a lot of opportunity to do that.
Oh, yowza! Well, there you go. We'll see. The market will tell us.
So what's different this time in terms of your call? Before you were skeptical, you said it was a scam. Now you're saying it is going to go to zero.
Well, first, I don't make calls. I'm not in that.
By the way, please notice this is absolute media manipulation. He never made a call. He never actually said, I'm making a call or I'm making a prediction or whatever. But this narrative is totally getting put on him. And a lot of people would have just accepted it. But it rubbed him a little bit the wrong way, so he's setting the record straight. But this is how we kind of get manipulated a little bit, or baited in, if you will, a little bit to what's going on in the media.
That business. And,
Sure.
I don't think I said it's going to zero. I said it's going to go eventually a whole lot closer to zero than a lot, because there's just no value there. I mean, you can...
There's no value in a decentralized currency that can't be manipulated by centralized governments and banking. I'm telling you, go watch my topic on the Federal Reserve scam, or Federal Reserve scam. I'll put a card in the top right-hand corner. Go take a look at that one.
Sum it up this way. The cult of Bitcoin make many claims that it's instant, free, scalable, efficient, secure, globally accepted, and useful. It is none of those things.
That blanket statement is just not true, but keep going.
And this is coming from former payments,
Listen,
company's
PayPal
CEO.
works great, right? I mean, the Russian hackers were able to buy all kinds of ads on Google with PayPal this year, so it works very well. And I agree with you.
I think that is so awesome. If someone had done that with Bitcoin, then it would have been, oh, Bitcoin's bad because only bad people buying drugs, or only, Russian hackers are using Bitcoin. I love the fact that you point that out. And you hardly hear any talk of this, by the way. Any financial instrument can be used for, like the American dollar, can be used for, dealing drugs, or bad people can use the American dollar. It doesn't make the dollar bad, as people oftentimes associate with Bitcoin. Just manipulation.
Your criticism's 100% correct, but to me as the investor, I say those are
Bingo, right here what he's about to say.
catalysts for the future. As those things improve, I mean, we're not going to stay at 7 transactions per second. We're going to be able to scale this. We have to, otherwise it is going to go to zero, like you said. But I guess my question for you is, let's take a step back.
We are already able to scale, i.e. the Lightning Network, which I've shared in this video before. It's up over 300% in the past 30 days of new people using the Lightning Network, new transactions, etc. So, I mean, is Bitcoin going to zero? Absolutely not. I fully believe that. And put down in the comments, I want to know what you think. Do you think Bitcoin's going to zero? What are the concerns that you have with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general? Put a comment below. I would love to stay tuned. I would love to watch your video. I'd love to read your comment, and I will reply to your comment. Also, one more thing. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, I'm going to be putting a link to my crypto passive income strategy, which I am currently working on right now, and I'm building out that playlist. But one of the things I'm going to start doing with part of that strategy is I'm going to start updating you, especially on Cointiply, which is a Bitcoin faucet / game that I'm using to earn totally free passive crypto. I'm going to start posting kind of some short progress videos. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you can see that. I'm still working on putting together a video or probably a live stream. We're really working on the mechanics of the live stream right now. I'm trying to figure out how to do a live stream while sharing my screen, but at the same time being able to see comments and respond to comments. I did a live stream the other day, and I can do a live stream and share my screen, but I can't see or respond to comments. And I'm not really sure how to be able to do that during the stream, because I would love to be able to interact with all of you watching. But thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and take a look at the playlist for my crypto passive income strategy if you haven't seen that, or if you haven't got caught up on that. That passive crypto income strategy, passive income crypto strategy, however you want to say it. That's a tongue twister. That strategy is the single best strategy to be able to earn more cryptocurrency even in a falling, declining market. So it doesn't matter if the market's going up or if the market's going down, you're still able to earn cryptocurrency totally in an extremely passive way. So go ahead and take a look at that playlist now. Have a great day. Have an awesome day. Bye for now.